See, if luxury addiction is a disease, I don't need a cure. I do not what? I do not need a cure. And come to think of it, I wasn't born this way. It just kind of grew on me. Hello beautiful people, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I have been shying away from having this discussion with you guys because I don't want some people to not like my opinion, which I have found that is extremely impossible. Let me tell you something, like sometimes I'll make some videos and in my mind I'm like, I have done my best, yes, I did a lot of research, yes, this is the best content ever, and at the end of the day I'll still get thumbs down, you know, and I'll be thinking you know. So then I realized that, you know, YouTube is a very large platform and there is no one size fits all content. I actually decided to eventually come out of my shell and make this video for people that would actually be benefiting from it. So that's the reason why I am having this discussion with you guys today. So not to say that you should thumbs down on my video, because if it is thumbs down that I need to buy luxury handbags today, I'll be buying a Birkin. Trust me, like I can afford to buy a Birkin with the number of thumbs down that I've received in the past. So I have more than enough. Please, let's do thumbs up for this one. It encourages me a lot. Don't get me wrong, I totally get it that some people might decide to still thumbs down even after I have said please don't thumbs down, but hey, life goes on. Nothing is stopping us now. This is 2021. We do what? We move. So yes, before I get started, I'd like to say a very big thank you to my subscribers. Thank you guys for staying with me. I do appreciate you always. And if you are new on my channel, thank you so much for clicking this video. I make videos like this one. I make videos about luxury handbags, beauty, fashion, and lifestyle in general. If any of this is something that rocks your boat, please don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button below to join the family. We do have a lot of fun around here. And at the end of the day, guys, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. So without dragging this intro for too long, you know what, let's just jump right into today's video. For today, we are going to be answering the question that some people may have. In fact, I have gotten this particular question from some of the people that I don't know and most of the people that I know, and the question is, should I buy a luxury handbag? Like, why should I buy a luxury handbag? So that's the reason why I have itemized like a couple of questions for you to answer. If you are able to answer yes to all of these questions, then I would say, you know what, sis, go ahead and buy that bag. Like, if you are able to answer yes to all these questions that I'm going to be sharing with you today. So these questions are in no particular order. I have my note here with me. I have been working on this content for like a month now, so I have, you know, jotted like a couple of points down to, you know, share with you guys, while I also have you answer these particular questions. Like I said earlier, these questions are not in any particular order. These questions are the questions that you should be able to answer yes to. If you are able to answer yes to all those questions, then without hesitation, I'll say yes, go ahead and buy the bag. Also, a little bit of disclaimer, this video is actually for people who think handbag is an essential part of your outfit. I personally am someone that believes that a handbag or a purse is something that completes your outfit when you are all dressed up. I cannot imagine me feeling dressed up without having a purse or a handbag with me. So if you are somebody like that and you have not yet purchased any luxury handbag at all, this video is for you. I didn't start buying luxury handbags like immediately I started having handbags. Initially I started with non-luxury handbags. I promoted to contemporary pieces, and now I'm at the luxury phase. I don't have a whole lot. I have just a very few luxury handbags in my collection of handbags. I have more non-luxury handbags than luxury handbags. If you haven't already, I made videos in the past, you know, showing you my non-luxury handbags and the one showing you my luxury handbags. I'm going to be linking them below so you can go back and reference to those videos. There are people on this YouTube platform that has like a whole collection that is worth like 200k, 500k handbag, luxury handbag collections. There are people that are actually addicted. I'm addicted as well, but then I can only buy as much as I can afford, right? For me, before I buy a luxury handbag, I'd have to save for a period of time before I'm able to buy it. Some people, they are able to buy it like even without thinking twice. But for me, I just got started like what, 2017? Yeah, I started collecting luxury handbags in 2017 and this is 2021. I only have like a handful. If you are able to answer yes to all these questions that I'm going to be throwing to you today, then sis, sis, go ahead and buy that handbag. Dang, these bags are so expensive. Some of these bags, you can use the money to buy land, you can use it to buy cars, you can use it to buy what else, house. I mean, these bags are expensive. Oh, wow. That was exactly who I used to be, like years back. I started collecting luxury handbags in what, 2017, and before then, that used to be me. That used to be the thought that keeps running through my head. But how did I get myself to start buying luxury handbags? That's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. Keep in mind, these questions are not in any particular order, and that's the reason why I have said you should be able to answer yes to all these questions, because that is the only justification. My question number one is, do you have a source of income? Do you have a job? Do you? Okay. My question number two is, do you have a roof over your head? Do you? Okay. My question number three is, do you have emergency savings? Like if anything goes wrong now, like if your job should end today, God forbid, do you have at least as much that can keep you and you can survive on for 6 good months? Because that, I believe, should be something that will be in your emergency savings. And emergency savings to me is different from normal savings. I'm not a financial advisor at all, so I'm not going to be telling you how much you keep where or what. But then personally, I believe your emergency savings is different from your savings. Your savings is something different. Your savings is something that anything might happen to anytime. But your emergency savings is even if the house is falling down, nobody's gonna go there. So in your emergency savings, do you have enough money that you can survive on for at least 6 months if anything goes wrong today? Like if you lose your job, God forbid. Do you have that? Do you? Okay. My next question is, do you have a car? Or at least, do you have a means of commuting from one point to another without hassle? Let's put it that way. Because some people don't have a car because where they live is close to like metro station and all that. If metro station is not working today, if buses are not working today, do you have a car that can take you from one point to another? Do you? It doesn't have to be new. It doesn't have to be old. Whatever type of car you have, do you have a car? If the answer is yes, then we're gonna move to the next question. My next question is, do you have an investment? It doesn't have to be a property. An investment can be stocks, bonds, gold, coins, and all that. Some people overprocess investment, but in my opinion, it doesn't have to be a property. If you have any type of investment at all, at least, do you have some money tied down in any kind of investment at all? Do you? Sis, do you? Okay, let's move on. For this particular question, I know there might be some people that have not yet made up their minds on the first luxury handbag they want to buy. I have made a video in the past. I gave my recommendation. I'm going to be linking that below as well. But for you that already know the bag that you want to buy first as a luxury handbag, can you afford it? Can you afford your first luxury handbag? Outside all these other savings and investments we have mentioned, can you afford it? My last question would be, this bag that you want to buy as your first luxury handbag, do you love it? Because you have to. If you don't, it's going to be a regret. So do you love it? Alright. So if any of them is a no, then my answer is no. Please go back and take care of those things first. But if your answer to all of those questions are yes, then I would say, sis, don't overprocess it. Just go ahead and buy it. Keeping in mind that life is a balance. I cannot drive a handbag. And yes, I cannot also carry a handbag on my shoulder as a bag. You get my point? Life is a balance. Some people would actually overprocess this thing to the point that it will begin to feel like they are about to kill somebody. It's not that serious. The people that hold and carry these bags, they don't have two heads. It's only this single one that is on our necks. So if you are able to answer yes to all these questions, including the last one, which is, do you have a luxury handbag you've been eyeing that you love, you can afford? I would say, sis, please go ahead and buy it. Because some of these handbags, they increase in price like you don't want to know. Like every year, some of these fashion houses, they go ahead and they add more value to the bags for whatever reason that I don't understand. Some even do as much as twice in a year. I have seen a year, even in this pandemic, Louis Vuitton actually increased their price twice during the pandemic. But they are the ones that know the reason why they did it. And despite the fact that they did that, you know what? I have purchased a bag after then. Thousands of people have bought bags after then. So it's more like we can't stop them. It's their business. If you like it, buy. If you don't like it, please go your way. You get my point? So I would say there is actually no point over processing this thing, because it's just a handbag, Biko. You don't want to sleep and wake up. I mean, it doesn't make sense if you are sleeping and waking up thinking about something, you can afford it, you are able to answer yes to all my questions, and you're not buying it. Like, sis, kilo shele. Please go ahead and buy it if you can, you know. So that's actually one thing I would like to also mention to you guys. Do not over process it, because some of these bags, they increase in price, and some of these bags, they actually are scarce. Like, you have to do a lot of work to get them. Why don't you just get started already? There are some bags that I can bet with you, you know, for example, the Chanel, the classic Chanel in the mini size, that bag is like sold out everywhere. You can travel to anywhere in the world, you might not even be able to find it. You know, you might have to be on the waiting list. And I know for Birkins, for example, which are like, you know, which are the ones that are like high there, that one you have to, sometimes they even reject your application to buy bag. So in case a Birkin is something that is on your list, that you're high in, that you can afford, that you love, after you have been able to answer yes to all my questions, keep in mind that you might even get rejected. So like I said, I've been preparing for this video for like a month now. You know, I had to walk myself back to how I actually got started as well, and I was able to list out these questions for you. So again, if you are able to answer yes to all the questions that I've asked today, sis, don't over process it. Go ahead and buy the bag. If you have additional questions, please don't hesitate to put them for me in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Before we see again, I hope you remain blessed, and I wish you peace.